I do it underneath the premise of like I'm teaching my son.
Yeah, if you lie and be like, this is for my son, but it's really about me.
It's really about. Yeah, kind of in a weird way. But like it's also a way to like hang out with Asher and teach him how businesses ran. So like easy one is Airstream Rental, because I have the Airstream, I can rent that out. He would make $1,000 a month. And so what I'm going to do is form a little partnership with him. And the partnership will be, I'll help you generate this, but I want 80% of the revenue, and I get to decide where I invest it for you and your sisters. So 80% of the revenue, it would teach Asher to live on only 20% of his income, which is a smart thing to teach kids anyway. 80% goes into investments that not only benefit him, but also his sisters, which then teaches him how to support other people besides himself.
That's dope. I'm picturing you guys like signing an agreement, and is he 18?
No. So I'm gonna get my attorney. I'm gonna get my attorney to go, how do we do this? Right, and then I'll do an agreement where I'm like, I'm your business mentor. I'm gonna teach you how to do this stuff. I'll even invest in you, but I need to be the person that tells you where the money goes.
You pass him the pen, he's like, I'm not old enough here, but you do it.
Dude, that's actually really great. So Airstream Rental would be easy. I've got 2 cars. I was gonna give my Prius away this week, like literally just give my $20,000 Prius away.
Yeah.
And now I'm not. I'm gonna rent it out on Turo. So I can't imagine that we would make a lot of money on it, but we'd make something.
Dude, a Prius is something that I would look for. Like that's one of my first.
Prius, a Kia. So you rent those 2 out on Turo, and he would have to like wash the cars, and he would have to do all that kind of stuff and manage that. The other things that people suggested are like, go do inflatable party house, jumpy houses.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I'm like, well, that's inventory that's hard to lug around.
Yeah.
And like people want you to set it up for them. So like probably not. E-com is easy because I just set him up with an Amazon store. So like that'll be easy. I'm paying for this thing to do a company to do YouTube automation. So they basically just find like non-licensed music and non-licensed images, and they just create like vibe music on a YouTube channel, and they automate it. And they make, those channels make like $8,000 to $12,000 a month in ad revenue. So they run that whole thing, and they take a profit split on it. So they'll create the channel for you. They'll do all the things. So that might be a good one. And then wholesaling, like finding deals, right, for other people. So wholesaling. Another one would be like, how do I learn photography for like real estate investors? That'd be a good one. Video editing. Honestly, if everybody learned video editing, like look at your life, dude. You can go anywhere in the world. You will never worry about money ever again. Legit. If I was a heart surgeon, I would be more fearful of job loss than being a video editor. Everybody needs it, and it's only going to grow even more. I had this idea about 5 years ago called Paco's Tacos.
I remember that.
Do you remember that image I made? And I was like really going to do it, and then Jamil and I started traveling the country, and it destroyed my dreams.
What's your side hustle, Jamil?
Actually, funny that you guys brought up video editing, because I was talking to Nino about growing up like an editing suite, like an editing crew of folks, and then just reselling editing services to people out here who needed it. Yep. But like have a whole like fucking center full of editors that just ran shit, and then we could intake video, blah blah blah, chop it up, and then just do it for people. All we do is edit, just middlemening editing. That's it. But I think like you could probably buy that, keep hundreds of people in foreign countries completely so busy, and you could probably lease that out at 4x what you're paying for it. Incredible.
I'm trying to remember, like last year we did a production company, right?
That legit would be one of the greatest businesses, not for me, but
helping
like
people write ads.
Jamil has an uncanny ability to write comedy into a promotional masterpiece. And he has some of the best ads in the entire industry. Not just in our industry, but like overall. There are people outside of our industry, like Billie Jean is like, Jamil has some of the best ads ever. So like people who are trying to sell a product, they have no clue. They're like,
how many did we do? We did 5?
We did 5. We crushed it too.
We
didn't have time for it. So maybe when we wrap the show, we'll figure out how to make some sad money.
I think that's a great idea.
Speaking of the show, I want to let people know to go September 3rd.
Where can people actually find it? Because I think last year the problem was I was
A&E. Just A&E. Let's just go A&E. They don't count our views anywhere else but the cable channel. So we kept telling people Hulu. We kept telling people
it's because nobody has TV.
Amazon.
That's the problem.
So we just tell people to go to watch it on A&E.
Go get TV.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yes.
What time are we going to air our show?
Oh, hey. Saturday, September 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. New season, season 2.
Wow.
Season 2, triple digit flip, baby. On A&E, only on A&E, only on A&E.
Have you ever noticed how amplified Jamil's voice gets? Have you ever noticed that about him?
No.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Did you know how loud your normal voice is?
I know, it's terrible.
It's not loud. You know what it is? It's piercing.
Oh man, thanks.
Like, no, I'm saying this in a good way.
I think
Penetrating.
That's the word, penetrating.
the number one DM I get is, hey, are you the guy who does the voice for Rick?
Okay, so Turo Rental, obvious. Airstream Rental, obvious. Ecom, obvious. YouTube
Have you started
automation.
your ecom yet?
Yeah, just barely got it done.
And is it rolling? Is it moving?
It will shortly.
Start. Okay, cool.
We couldn't even get the address
no,
set
dude,
up.
I
It was like
tried.
the thing.
I tried. It's been a thing.
Bro, I had to put a full-time person on it.
Okay.
I had to put Tony on it. I'm like, you're in charge of this. You need to go make this happen. And she's like, oh, I see what's going on. Amazon is sending you a postcard to verify your identity, and it's going to this address that they accidentally blah, blah, blah. So I had to dismantle the whole LLC, restart an LLC to have the right address on it so they can send a postcard. That took 5 months.
So for mine, what happened was I was on my thing, right? And then all of a sudden I got this thing and it was like, oh, Amazon tech support wants to talk to you. So then I called the number. Some dude in India picked up, right? So I was like talking to him and then he was like, hey, yeah, pull up your bank account. So I pulled up my bank account. He's like, okay, look at your things. And he's all of a sudden he deposits like $25,000 into my bank account. I was like, holy moly, dude, this is crazy. Why'd you give me 25 grand? He's like, well, this is how this drop shipping thing works. We're gonna just make sure that your account's like connected. So they deposited 25,000. And he's like, okay, now I need you to get into your car, drive to your bank, and go withdraw that $25,000. Go to Target and buy gift cards.
Scam.
Yeah, it was a scam. Yeah, it was a scam. I kept the guy on the phone for like 45 minutes.
And you didn't know it at the time?
I knew exactly what was happening the
You
entire
should've called
time.
Bobby and be like, yo, come over here. Let's do a scam.
I knew
video on
exactly
YouTube.
what was happening the entire time. I'm like, these motherfuzzers.
Hey there. This video is brought to you by Privy. Do yourself a favor and click on the link in the description. Privy can help you find real estate deals at a deep discount. Don't be a jabroni. Click on the linky.
It's not the same person, though.
Huh?
They just, like, you thought it was Lunar, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the automation company that I...
But you thought it was for a moment?
For a moment, when it popped up, I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then I talked to the guy, and then Rohit was like, oh, buddy, get into your car. We're going to go to Target, and you're going to get us gift cards.
Wow. How many gift cards did you buy?
He wanted me to go. He wanted me to go get. He said first, don't tell anybody at Target why you're buying the gift cards, and secondly, you can only buy 5 at a time for $500 a piece. Then you have to go to another Target and buy them because they're not going to let you buy them. He said, and especially don't tell anybody that you're on the phone with someone in India.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so taco stand. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if Jamila and you and I had like a taco truck that we like had a team?
Tacos though, bro. Like,
Peanut butter and jelly.
could we not do better food than taco? Look, don't guys
They're easy-
stop
they're-
messaging me. Tacos are delicious, but I mean, chicken wings. Like, couldn't we do chicken wings?
It's too messy. People can't eat them on the go. That's the problem. Chicken wings, they're messy, but they don't go on your hands. Like, you don't smell like garlic all day long.
It smells like onion. I'm so hungry right now.
YouTube, you decide. Do they start a food truck that's a chicken wing company or a taco?
You
You
call
want
it-
to start a food truck?
I have to now.
It's on the record.
It's on the record. Paco's Tacos.
Taco.
I was gonna buy this shitty little house down there in South Phoenix from one of the wholesalers here locally, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what to do. It's zoned, so I can do commercial, and I'll just turn this into like a little taco spot.
A taco house?
But I was like, it's gonna cost $300,000 to like get it up and operational. Then I got employees, and I'm not gonna manage those employees. So I just was like, nah. However, I could find somebody that has taco truck experience and go, I'll buy the taco truck. You got the whatever. I'll brand it, you know, and you bounce around town. We'll create an Instagram and people whatever else. I could see that happening, but that's not really a side hustle. It's like a full-on business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a side hustle is something that like you could pick up tomorrow and start making money within like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
A taco truck is like, well,
Also, like, you need a significant amount of like financial resources to get it started, right?
And wherewithal.
And yeah, I mean, wherewithal is something that we can learn. You can figure out wherewithal, but like getting
Yeah, but
300 grand to start a taco truck is
Inventory, food, regulations, licensing, like.
Yeah.
Miss me with all that shit,
Mhm.
right? What you want is something with no inventory, no license. You don't have to hold it. It doesn't sour. Kind of sounds like wholesaling real estate to me.
Want to know what's interesting? So, I have this desert landscaping in front of my house, and I got those blue glows, those certain type of agave. 3 of them died. I have 4 in front of my house. 3 of them died, probably from either being overwatered because of the rain,
Yeah.
or some kind of a bug had gotten to their roots.
Yeah.
But they were like, in 1 week they were decimated, right? So I get a hold of Moon Valley Nursery, which is where we always get our stuff, and I'm like, hey, I need 3 new blue glows. And she's like, okay, cool, they're like $1,000 each, we'll give you a discount because of loyalty, blah 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 blah. After taxes and all that, it was like $2,200. So I was like, cool, let me just find out from my landscaper what day he can be there to make sure that the irrigation and all that's gonna be like hoochie coochie for you guys. And then she's like, oh, we'll get that handled. And I'm like, okay. So I told Nat, what day will you be home for the nursery to come and plant the blue glows? She's like, oh, the landscaper's already out sourcing them and getting it handled. And I'm like, well, they're not going to be mature blue glows like the ones that I want, because he's going to go get little guys, and I don't want little guys. I want big guys, otherwise they're not going to look normal in front of our house. She's like, no, he's sourcing big ones. So he went and sourced big blue glows, and he was able to deliver me 3 blue glows and planted them for $245. So my bill went from $2,000 with a discount, it would have been $3,000 to $245. So I found something right now where I've got
Crazy margin.
I've got massive margin, because the marketplace, they're the biggest nursery that exists. So how can we create an online landscaping arbitrage business where we go take the beautiful plants, desert plants that everybody's trying to move into right now because of they don't want to pay the water bills, and look at, you get lawns, they look like that in Arizona. It's trash.
Absolutely gross.
So people are going to the quarter minus, the desert landscape, low maintenance, but these plants are expensive normally. And so do you think that there's a market for us to take where I've been able to now source these plants at 10 cents on the dollar for what they're worth and resell them to flippers, landscapers, and landscape architects here in Arizona or beyond?
Here's the challenge I see with any business that you want to do. You want to be able to have a business that's easy to market and get in front of the customer incredibly simply, right? I don't see that. That's an amazing markup. Like, that's better than furniture, that's better than food. Like, that's an amazing markup, and definitely a need. But how do you en masse communicate with that many customers to the point where you can create a machine? So the hardest part of that business is, how do I get in front of my customer, right? Instagram is great, but like when you create an Instagram account, as you know, it takes 3-4 years for you to gain notoriety.
Yeah.
So the only downfall to that business is the front end marketing. Whereas like a taco stand, which again,
you need a platform. Like, well, the taco stand,
there's 25 reasons why it doesn't work. I'm just saying that's easy. I park on a street.
Yeah, you put it on the corner
Go
and
to-
traffic just gets
Go to
it.
QT
Yeah.
and park inside of QT's parking lot. It's like, right? You got your customer right there. So what is that for the blue agave?
Yeah, there's no platform that I know of right now where people can go to and buy like landscaping items at a tremendous discount. Like, imagine if there was a place, a website or something where they would go, or if there was like some kind of a pop-in exchange right now for like, hey, landscaping for less.
Freaking crazy, dude.
What a markup, right? And look, I mean, what is that? How many percentage is that?
That's 1,000%.
1,000% markup, bro.
Yeah, it's 1,000% markup. It's 10 times more than what your other one was. It's the funny thing is, the guy who brought you the 200 and whatever, he probably marked that shit up.
Yeah, he made money on it. He was happy. Bonkers.
So how do you get in front of that many people? What's your delivery system? That's the biggest challenge. You can go
Guys,
on.
what do you think? How do we let the people know that we can get landscaping for less?
Direct to agent.
Direct to landscaper.
I mean, the way you would do that is you would have like,
You'd have to do direct mail. You'd have to like.
or you create a YouTube channel that has an attractive female that does gardening, and talks about like the coolness of this plant versus that plant and whatever else, and it's like educational.
Yeah, why can't it be an attractive male?
Because people don't show up for men, dude.
I mean, they show up for you.
Not really.
Yeah,
They show up for what's inside this brain. That's it. They don't show up for me. So like you get somebody that is articulate and funny, and they tell stories about like, hey, this plant came from this, and here's the origin of this plant, and people show up to watch your YouTube channel to get educated about interesting things, and then you say, hey, by the way, You know who has the greatest delivery system for cars? Is Doug DeMuro.
I love that man.
Carsandbids.com.
So good.
So how do you sell cars? Well, shit, how do I get in front of people? Well, you create an amazing YouTube channel that provides a lot of value. People sit there and binge it, and then how do I know what carsandbids.com is? It's because he has it at the very beginning, right?
Or you find existing channels that are already doing that, and then give them money so that you can.
But if
run-
it's a
run
side
ads.
hustle, you don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like you can put in the sweat equity. Like you can create a YouTube channel today for free. You can go do research on that plant and talk about that plant for free. That app that I have called Picture This, all you do is take a picture of that thing and it tells you everything about that plant. You can do a YouTube video on every single tree, every plant, every flower. You put that on YouTube. You could deliver that all through your phone, build some momentum, and then you go build a website where all of these things can be sold at a great. All right, we figured it out.
How do you how is Wholesale Hotline monetized?
It's not.
Wholesale Hotline,
How could
it's
it be?
indirectly monetized. The biggest challenge with Wholesale Hotline that should be fixed is that there should be a joint affiliate. The problem is you have 3 different people with 3 different affiliate codes for every individual product. There just needs to be one.
Please let me know when I can prep you guys for this.
You find Rahima?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what we're doing is it's really toxic in there, and I don't want anybody in there.
Okay.
So we're letting that air out. That's why we're going to shoot this scene.
Okay.
And by that time, it'll
So
all
is that
be
you want to
straight.
prep us for this scene?
That's what we're. Yeah.
All you gotta do
Go
is say
ahead.
hi to YouTube, and then you can prep them.
He won't do
Say
anything.
hi.
Hi, YouTube.
Say I'm their boss.
Bobby, what do you want me to say?
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Tune into on September 3rd for Triple Digit Flip.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching some behind-the-scenes action. Why don't you watch the real TV show starting to air September 3rd, 11 a.m. on Saturdays.
Where
Season
can
2,
they find
Triple
it?
Digit Flip on A&E. And don't forget to click and subscribe on this.
Yes.
Go watch our TV show on A&E.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was good.
Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel because the law of reciprocity means you owe me.